Try number 2. Can you hear us now? All right. And
Can everybody hear us now?
yeah.
Before I
Says
pull,
we have a mic.
before I pull the trigger on Frank, which is the new name for the monkey.
Okay, we're back.
All right, we're back.
No idea what happened, folks.
Frank.
Yeah, somebody cut it.
Frank hiccuped, knocked over his vodka, and it fell into his workstation.
Yeah,
It shut down our audio.
either that or he was mixing the vodka with the pineapple juice again.
Jesse, we're using Jim's laptop microphone instead of the Yeti. Yeah, Frank hiccuped, knocked his Everclear into the server, and we lost all audio. So
It was Frankie hates calamari. Yeah. So anyway, the end of that story. So I'm sitting there, and I knock the breading off, and damned if it's not a baby octopus about 2 inches around.
calamari.
And my older daughter freaked.
Oh no.
The young one started laughing, and I got to eat the rest of it because they wouldn't touch it after that.
Got my teeth on calamari.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're teething, calamari is great for a
Yeah.
kid that's teething.
However, do not try calamari or squid sushi. That.
I default to read on sushi.
Why?
John says,
You want to talk about chewy?
If it's thinly sliced and the sushi chef knows what he's doing, then no, it's
All right.
not.
I'm sorry, not sushi. Jerky.
Oh yeah. That'll
Because
keep you going for a long time, like chewing gum.
yes, very much so.
only octopus flavored.
Yeah.
So,
Well, flavored with salt water even.
Mm.
according to John, I'm not allowed to be near cables, which that clears up a whole bunch of things.
Yeah, Rick, when I was out in Japan leasing boats, one of the boats that I leased had a 30-year Japanese Navy bosun's mate chief on it who ran the deck. He was retired and had come back to work on this ocean-going tug/research vessel. And his thing was to go out at night with light and catch either squid or octopus and turn them into jerky. And he did that by filleting them out on the back deck. This is the summer Japan, steel deck, so about 120, 130 degrees on the deck. And every 6 or 8 hours, he'd go out, get some salt water from over the side, pour it over them, and let it go. About 4 days later, he comes around with something and offers it to me. And he throws one in his mouth and starts chewing on it. I didn't think anything about it. I took one. Got about the second bite, went, oh, damn. I chewed on that piece of squid jerky for a good 2.5 hours before I could finally get away from him and spit it over the side. Yeah.
Yep. Oh, it's good.
Yeah.
It's great.
But I asked him, I said, why are you back at sea? He goes, wife. That's all he said. I don't know whether she was tired of him or he was tired of her. But apparently, after 30 years in the Navy, apparently,
She was used to him not being home.
yeah, that's what I think.
I'm pretty sure that if you had chewed on that jerky long enough to it gets sort of pliable, you could put it on a hook and catch something edible.
Probably.
Just saying that.
Actually, we did catch something edible on one trip. A bunch of pigeons that ended up somehow or the other about 160 miles at sea. And that night we had wings,
Very small wings.
very small wings.
For those of you who don't know, pigeons are technically called rock doves.
Yeah.
They are doves. They're just very big doves. And if you like doves, you will love pigeons. And if you are careful with your firemanship, gun handling, feed yards in Texas
Yes.
will be happy for you to come out and shoot pigeons all day long
Yeah.
because there's no hunting season and no limit.
Yeah.
And when I was a young deputy sheriff surviving on $999 and change a month, I ate a lot of pigeon.
Yep. The only thing you got to really worry about is getting getting all the shot out of the breast.
I got really good at waiting for them to come in and blowing their little heads off.
Yeah.
But when 1993, literally my take-home pay was less than $1,000 a month, and I ate a lot of roadkill deer. I got really good at ditch rolling deer. In England, they call it poacher rolling. Ditch rolling is when you get the best cuts off the deer in the ditch before the cops can come along.
Yeah.
I ate a lot of ditch rolled deer and pigeon because I could go down to Big R and get a case of shotgun shells for, I forget, the cheap stuff
Yeah.
was, and then
Probably $10 for a case.
$10 a case in the feed yard. As long as I was careful, let me shoot all the dove I wanted, not dove, pigeon, all the pigeon I wanted. So I ate a lot of pigeon pie.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. When I first went in the Navy, I was making $59 every 2 weeks.
I can't remember if my first paycheck as a private was $109 or $127
Yeah.
for a month. That was 85. I was a PV2
Mine
And,
was in
Army.
70.
in the Army, and I think it was either $109 or $127 a month.
I loved getting on flight skins because that was $55 a month, which damn near double my take-home pay.
Jump status was extra pay. One of the reasons, other than the fact that lying ass recruiter told me that the girls like guys that jumped out of perfectly good airplanes. He was incorrect.
Sushi is calling us adultier adults. Okay. I'm not going to go there.
I'm not parsing that sentence at all.
Everclear has no taste. It's pure alcohol.
That what he is alluding to is in our extremely well-stocked liquor supply in the blanket fort, there is one single solitary unopened bottle of Everclear. Everything else has been cracked. All the good stuff has been cracked. Everclear, no.
I mean, I'll take the Everclear and make it into extract, but we can't even reach it.
She looks really annoyed by that.
Yeah.
She's really annoyed by that.
It's just more that it's like,
Yeah, even today, with the last go round of the NDAA, your average private E2, E1 seaman will still be making less than $15 an hour, assuming a 40-hour week, which we all know
40 hours.
is pure bullshit because it's not 40 hours.
It's
It's 60 to 80 hour a week.
But what is offset by the fact is the barracks, while not great, is a semi-soft place to lay your head and get a shower. And the shower hall wasn't bad.
Eh,
I mean, one of my pet phrases that civilians get a little eye twitchy at, and Rita gave me the hairy eyeball the first couple of times I used it, was when they ask how's the food, you go, it'll make a turd.
that's been pretty much true from day one. Yeah, Rick, 40 hours of cleaning or driving a buffer after the actual work day. Yes.
Until Rita came into my life, food wasn't that big of a deal. I literally went months just going to Sam's and buying the attack pack of chicken breasts.
Yeah.
And throwing them in the slow cooker. And when I got down to one, I'd buy another one, throw it in the slow cooker. And I'd fish a chicken breast out every time I was hungry.
We do not need any more booze for Fool's Con, folks. Stop it. Damn.
No, no, no. You're killing us, Smalls. Um,
Yeah, 16 hours
Contrary
on,
to legend, we don't actually drink that.
16 hours on, 8 off at sea. Yes.
yeah, but what about second Fool's Con? Really?
Yeah.
No,
That would
we
be the potluck and
Booze
one
for pecan. Yes, you can do that.
one of the reasons, one of the very quiet reasons we go to cons is to offload the booze.
Yeah.
We try, and that's not working worth a damn.
you can bring bourbon cream. Tom can bring that. We'll take it home.
Tom said, Jonas says, yes, you can bring bourbon cream. We'll take it home.
Tully cider cast.
um, yeah, we go to cons when every con we went to last year, we took a trunk full of booze and we came back with a trunk and a half full of booze.
And
And it
Don,
wasn't the same booze.
and Don says we can always bring it to Bloggerado. Yeah.
It wasn't the same booze. That's the terrible thing, is we were dropping off these mostly full bottles of really high class hooch and coming back with full bottles of high class hooch. Sounds like a win-win situation. Yeah, you think?
And Brian says, I have a bottle I have to bring to show you, but I'll take it away with me. Maybe. It depends on what it is.
Have you seen how bad we get hit a bottle of high quality booze, Brian? Wham! It's like a shark hitting a baby seal.
Yeah.
We bring a bottle where you take 27. Yes. And seriously, we try to get rid of it. I mean, if you come by the blanket fort, take a look at our booze shelf. It gets bigger I swear to God, the bottles are breeding in the back.
It was one shelf to start with. It was actually half a shelf to start with. Then it was one full shelf. Now I think it's 2. 2.5. 1.5. And Miss Jonna is not happy about that because that means she does not have room to put her stuff up.
Oh yeah, she really likes some of the booze, and some of it's like, really, guys.
Yeah,
We-
if we never have the kinky green again, it will be Tuesday.
That's one of the few boozes. The way I grew up and some of the work I did, it's one of those things you had to drink the booze.
Yeah.
That you didn't insult the people you're negotiating with.
Yeah.
So there was a point in time literally I've drunk everything is soju. I can't stand soju. But I have never, if I needed to, I've never not finished a drink handed to me. I couldn't finish the reactor scrapings. They just wouldn't go down. I'd look at it myself and went, nope, no. Like, no.
Tom says he's bringing a bottle of red wine titled Menage a Trois.
We got Menage a Trois.
Is nice.
Yeah, we've got it here.
Yeah.
Rita's got a bottle somewhere.
Jeff Dunteman introduced me to that.
Menage a Trois is nice.
Yeah, when I did
Depends
his,
on what vintage it is. Yeah.
Well, when I did his Eat This. Will you read that recipe in 2015? Probably?
Yeah.
No, 2014. So I think it was right around the time of Sad Puppies really kicking off. So, but it was nice bottle of red.
Yeah.
With a steak. Well, that was his thing. He gave us a whole meal. It was nice. Sanford and I were both very happy.
A good steak needs honest to God, I can do either a beer or a wine with a steak, but you really need the alcohol to cut that nice, lovely, harsh heart of the steak.
Well, that's a good Merlot for that.
Yeah.
And
I don't like the oaky high tannin stuff.
Merlot isn't so much.
Yeah. Well, it depends on which one you get
Well,
too.
it does. Yeah.
A Rutherford Hill or a good
I like the Menage a Trois.
Yeah.
Merlot, I think.
Ben 379 out of Australia.
I love Crianzas. I love Tempranillos.
Yeah.
Tempranillos. I love Crianzas. I like the rougher country wines because that's what I grew up. That's what
Yeah.
I grew up on. the rougher country ones.
Chianti, made fresh yesterday.
Ooh, what vintage? Thursday.
Yeah.
Oh. Tom brought some Slivovitz to I don't even remember which meeting it was, but I could finish the Slivovitz. I finished the Slivovitz. I could not finish. I had less than half. I had just a dollop of reactor scrapings, and I couldn't. It wouldn't go down. My throat kept going. No, no, would not go down.
Yeah, rum works well for deglazing a pan for steaks. Yes, rum, any alcohol, rum, wine,
Yeah.
bourbon.
Yeah, I've deglazed a pan with broth.
Yeah,
Liquid. All you need is actually is liquid. You can probably deglaze a pan with water, but why?
yeah,
You can deglaze a pan with water if you haven't got anything else, and if you've got enough stuff in it.
Yeah.
Then, I mean, you want to add flavor when you can, but sometimes you don't have it. So.
Christina, it's going to be in April, end of April.
Fool's Con is a Relaxicon. It's will never be an actual con. There will be no panels.
It is
No sales tables.
It is invite only, so
It's an invite only
you have to be
Relaxicon.
invited by Jim.
This man is in charge of running it. It's his idea. Blame him. And it's just a whole bunch of us. It's a spin-off of what we used to call Flimfest. Rita used to have these weekend-long parties.
Yep.
Once or twice a year, where it'd start Friday, end up sometime Monday-ish. And it was just our friends in the backyard, and we call them Flimfest. It was just a 4-day long party. And we haven't been able to do that for a while, so Jim took over and started Fool's Con at the height of the COVID.
Which was going to be a 1-year deal.
And it was the height of COVID, and all the cons were shut down. And Jim went, "Fuck it, we're having a con," which is actually pretty much a dead-on quote.
Yeah. A con once.
Fuck it, we're having a
And it
con.
was supposed to be April 1st.
Yeah.
And my husband's joke was that it was for his birthday.
Yeah.
He wasn't born on April 1st, but close enough.
Yeah. And this will be the 5th year of the damn thing.
That's how cons are born.
Uh-huh.
What a.
Yeah. Tom Slivovitz. I forget where it was. Good stuff.
Marsala Slivovitz.
Oh, the taste brings back memories. Trigger finger twitches.
Yeah, Don, Bloggerado was supposed to be a one-time pheasant hunt too.
And of all years,
And we still haven't hunted any damn
all
pheasant
years
up
I've
there.
gone to Bloggerado, I haven't even seen a pheasant.
And this will be the 15th year. God.
Yeah,
That's how confinement got started. Yeah.
I see more pheasants on the way to Bloggerado than
Yeah.
I see. I've seen 0 pheasants at Bloggerado. We see them crossing the highway on the way up there in Texas.
Yeah.
When Jim is intercepting rocks with his windshield.
Yeah. Amarillo. Amarillo and I do not get along. 3 out of 3 busted windshields.
Yep.
And or windows in Amarillo.
And the thing is Dawn is a dear friend of ours, and we love her so much. And the simple fact I could go up there and bag a antelope,
Yeah.
or pheasant anytime I wanted to, and I haven't been able to do it in 15 years is annoying.
Now, especially the year that little 12-year-old girl, first day of season, goes out and cracks one.
Well done.
Yeah. And when I asked her if she was going to share, she looked at me and went, "Hell no." Okay, kid.
Texas Panhandle is really good for pheasant. They were brought in early in the 1900s, and I like it. And there are pheasant all over the Texas Panhandle. And up where Bloggerado is, they're just overrun with pheasant. But I never see them.
Yeah.
I mean, I used to. I never, when I was a poor, broke, young deputy sheriff, I didn't hunt pheasant because a pheasant hunting license is damn. and the fees to hunt on that's
Yeah.
a money making machine up in the Panhandle is pheasant hunts. So I didn't get to hunt pheasant very often, and so I've got this friend with a place I can stay and land that I can hunt pheasant on. And in 15 years, I haven't ever gotten up there to hunt pheasant, which is criminal.
Well, I don't hunt pheasant because I suck so badly with a shotgun. The one time I went pheasant hunting up in Iowa at one of those ranches, I shot one bird and it was coming straight at me.
Oh, self defense.
It was self-defense. And all there was a poof and a whole bunch of feathers. And the dog come back, looked up at me and like, what the hell was that? I mean, there wasn't even enough to pick up.
Poor dog.
Oh,
It's like, I'm trying.
no, pheasants. If you know how to cook pheasant, and you have to know how to, especially the older male birds, you really don't have to, have to know how to cook them.
Yeah.
But I like pheasant. Pheasant's good. Pheasant is good eating. There was a southern splody bird. Yes.
Yes. Yeah, Michael, I stretched it.
So much squinting with these two. I love
Yeah.
Amarillo. I love the Panhandle. The Panhandle spiritually, in all of America, spiritually, I feel most at home with the Panhandle. It's kind of leaving me behind though.
Yeah.
It's getting. When I had my recent legal unpleasantness, after it was all over and done with, I got a message from one of my old sheriffs, and it was simply, I told you not to go down the damn left part of the state.
Yeah.
Because at this long time, the Panhandle considered the rest of Texas to be unavoidably socialist.
Yeah. Now, Sir Brass, my problem is I grew up shooting rifles, not shotguns.
I saw a nice picture today.
Just
In
one?
of all places, Austin,
Hmm?
flying over the Texas Guard. They were flying the Gonzalez. flag.
Oh, yeah.
It was a nice picture to see, and I was like,
Yeah.
Austin even.
Yeah, Sir Brass, shotgun for me is not intuitive because regardless of what I'm doing, including shooting trap, I still try to aim the son of a bitch and I press the trigger, don't slap it.
Oh, don't go to the Big Texan. If you're in Amarillo,
God, no.
don't go to the Big Texan. Big Tex is bloody awful. It's a tourist trap, and what they do to their steaks is criminal. There are much better steakhouses. There is a steakhouse in the Panhandle, and I've just now blanked on the name.
Saltgrass.
No, this is the local chain.
Well, Saltgrass is pretty good too.
Saltgrass. If you have to eat at a chain steakhouse, go to Saltgrass. This is a local place. Might be Red River. Red River Steakhouse. I don't.
I think you're right.
There are so many. Don't go to the Big Texan.
Yeah.
Unless you want to throw your money away, and that's fine. But there are much better places to eat a steak in Amarillo. Go to Saltgrass. Go to Saltgrass. I can't remember. I think. Hang on, that kind of bugged the hell out of me.
That's interesting, Richard. Tennessee, if the game warden thinks the field is baited, it's baited. Yeah, game wardens, that's a whole nother thing.
I like our game warden. He's nuts, but I like him.
He's a very energetic young man, that one.
Oh, now you tell
He's
us,
young.
Greg.
He's young.
After we were down there, Western Skies and Zentner's daughters are two good steakhouses in San Angelo. That
San Angelo's. My little sister went to, my actual biological sister went to Amarillo, the university in
San Angelo.
San Angelo, and they've got a really good, it's a really nice part of town. Red River Steakhouse. It's a local Panhandle chain, and if you want a good steak, find Red River Steakhouse in Amarillo.
Yep. Sadly, we're not going to make FinCon.
Not this year. Next year, maybe.
Yeah.
Next year, probably.
Saltgrass, yes, it's definitely. Yes, you did, Drag. You're exactly right. You did tell us about it before. Sushi Fox, what kind of gun you should get is.
She's 4'8" and about 100 pounds. Literally 4'8". It's
Yeah,
Liz.
I would have to work
22.
with her.
A Cricket
Right.
22.
A little
Cricket
tiny
22.
22.
Cricket 22.
But even that with your wrists.
Yeah.
Because if your wrists aren't strong, and I found out this out the hard way with my little 22 I got recently, it wasn't feeding properly, and it was because
Limp
I
wristing.
was. Well, it was partly because I was limp wristing, and partly because I had a box of bad ammo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
22, yeah.
a friend took it out and shot it and tried some of his ammo, and it
Mhm.
fed just fine. But some of it's probably because I wasn't giving it the support it needed.
Yeah.
So
That's a good point, Drang. Any steak that is large is suspect.
Yeah, Liz is 4'6".
Yeah.
She's tiny. Cricket 22 would be what I'd start with.
Yeah.
Cricket 22 is incredibly safe. It's a little 22 rifle,
Single shot.
single shot bolt action, and you run the bolt, and then once the bolt is run, you still have to manually cock it.
Yeah.
So it's a safe little rifle.
Get a Barrett. I don't think so, Andy. Liz would have to be able to pick up the Barrett to move it.
Barrett's bigger than Liz is.
Yeah.
Is what legal in Florida?
Crickets are.
Cricket's legal everywhere.
Yeah.
Cricket's are legal places that don't like guns.
Yeah. And it also, yeah, that's a good point, Carlton. It'll also shoot 22 shorts.
Shorts, longs, and long rifles.
Yeah.
And you work the bolt, you manually feed it around, you close the bolt, then you have to manually cock the action. So it's an incredibly safe little rifle. No magazine. It's a Reno, my patrol partner Reno. We bought his daughter we searched the entire internet that year for a hot pink cricket.
Yeah.
And that was apparently the gift for young ladies that year, because we could not find a hot pink cricket. And we finally found one. And I think it was down south of Metroplex. And we left work, drove down there to get this hot pink laminated cricket. And we brought it back. And we were at the gun range. And we'd stuck a 3x9 scope on it. And here's me and Matt. Totally, we are jocked out, and we are sighting in this cricket with a scope bigger than a rifle, and the entire club looking at us, because it's these two, SWAT officers behind a hot pink laminated 22 with a bloody huge scope on it, making sure that it would print one whole group sit 50 yards, because my God, it would.
Yeah.
Apparently, it's funny as hell. Everybody else was there.
Oh,
I'm amused, and I wasn't there. I mean, the mental image is just priceless.
I remember. Yeah.
In that particular pairing, Matt is the gorilla.
We were out at Fairfax Rod and Gun. This was a number of years ago. And TA had brought his 12-year-old daughter, youngest daughter. And she wanted to shoot something. So I set her up with a 22 pistol, let her play with that. Then I set her up with a 22. Trying to remember which 22. I think it was a bolt action that I had, one of the CZs. She plinked with that. And we went over to the rifle range and dug out the AR. And I'm sitting there plinking with the AR, and she wanted to try it. I looked at TA and he went, yeah, so far she's done good. So I gave her one round to see if it was going to scare her recoil too much. And it's like, bang. Can I shoot it again? That damn girl went through about 100 rounds of my 55 grain AR ammo. And we were talking at work the next day. TA said, yeah, I think I'm going to go buy her a 22, just to get a little bit of practice with him. About 2 weeks later, he calls me up and goes, what's a good AR? I went, why? He says, she doesn't want a damn 22. She wants an AR.
First Blogger Auto, Kelly Grayson brought his daughter. and his daughter has some physical issues. And at the time was tiny. She was a wee little slip of a thing. And he bought her a cricket. I don't think it was pink. I think he had the rainbow cricket.
Yeah.
And Reed and I had brought a case of Aguila Super Colibris.
Yeah.
The primer only. It's got a 20 grain pointed round. It's primer only, or maybe the supers may have a pinch of powder, but in a closed bolt gun, they just go click.
Yeah.
It requires absolutely no hair protection at all, and for her this was good. And at the end of the day, we shut down the range, and Kelly was out there, and he had Katie Beth in his lap, and she had that. He was steadying the cricket, and we had a tennis ball, about 10 feet away, and she was nailing that tennis ball with those little Super Colibris and just having the time of her life.
That is awesome.
Yeah, the little click. We still got most of that case of Super Colibri, by the way. The click makes great. It's great for terminating squirrels in the backyard. Or
as long as you get them before the dogs do.
Bastards. So I've heard.
Yeah, we did some shoots on the East Coast before I left out of there, down in Virginia, and one of them was a kids' day, and it was actually we did it a couple of years in a row, but it was purely kids, and we had everything from air rifles, air pistols, up through 22s. And one of the wags, not going to say Murphy's name, suggested that we go get some of the little, like the cheap Tootsie Pops for the kids to feed them.
Yeah.
No, the kids decided they wanted to shoot them
because they explode when you hit them.
Yeah. So we slapped together a couple of boards that you could set them down between. And we put them out about 10 or 15 yards. And we let the kids have at it. And we burned through almost 1,000 rounds of 22 that day.
Back when I was still teaching firearms, I mostly taught it to young ladies. And I would always get the funniest look because I would show up with a 22 revolver and a bag of expired apples from the local grocery store. When whatever veg they had that expired, I'd have a bag of apples or a bag of oranges or whatever, or a bag of taters. And you go out about 20 feet, and you put your fruit or your veg on a horizontal 2x4, and you load up the 22, and you let your student shoot at stuff that immediately reacts.
Yeah.
Because they pull the trigger and the apple explode. And it's like, instant feedback.
Yeah.
Instant feedback. It's much easier
than punching holes in a piece of paper.
If you're gonna teach people how to shoot, and you should, if you're gonna teach people how to shoot, for God's sake, don't take your newbies out and punch holes in paper. It's boring. Shoot fruit or charcoal or something that has an immediate reaction. Tom says gongs. Gongs are good too. But something with immediate reaction. Plus, when you're done and you're leaving your canyon, the local wildlife loves all the shattered fruit.
Yeah.
Laced with lead.
Adds a little something to the flavor.
2 liter bottles of red pop. Yeah.
Only issue is with cans of pop or bottles of pop, I got to go pick it up.
Yeah.
Plastic.
Yeah. If it's apples, I don't got to go pick it up. Or charcoal. Charcoal, the El Cheapo charcoal from Walmart that you should not be cooking with.
Yeah.
Don't
that shit's really cheap.
Get the cheapest bag of charcoal you can. You hit it with a 22 and it explodes.
Yeah.
Lovely little puff of black dust.
The whole bag or just the
Each brick.
Each brick, yeah.
Shoot the briquettes. The bag does not explode. We've tried.
Yeah.
It will explode if you put
tannerite
in it.
This is set up the conditions to be
However,
right for it to explode.
with the briquettes whistling past your students' ears, it tends to make them jumpy.
Yeah. 20-pound pumpkins. Yeah.
Something I did with kids, whenever we were gun proofing kids, we would go by the supermarket. We'd buy honeydew melons, and I each one for each kid.
Yep.
And I give the kids the melons and markers, and I have them draw faces
Mhm.
and decorate the honeydews, and then give me a story about this melon. Then we just go out and center punch at the 22. And kids treated guns with a lot more respect after they blew Mrs. Honeydew's brains all over the parking lot.
Yep, I did that with my girls when they were 10 years old. I did that with my grandson when he was 10 years old. Time to go do it with the other grandson and granddaughter.
Yeah, if you have them draw a face on a honeydew
Yeah.
or a cantaloupe, I guess I never use cantaloupe, and then tell you a story about it, and then go and have them explode the honeydew, they will be a lot. When you say don't touch these without an
Yeah.
adult present, they will listen.
I used watermelons because they were closer to head size.
You can you can have a lot of fun with binary explosives. Tannerite's a binary explosive, guys.
Yeah.
A lot of fun with binary explosives. But
Assuming you hit the damn thing.
yeah, hit it first. With newbies, with new shooters, the double bang tends to be flinch inducing.
Yeah.
The hitting charcoal or an apple is one thing. Hitting something that explodes back tends to induce a bit of a flinch. So and plus 22s are not reliable for setting off tannerite.
No,
Or binaries, it's not reliable.
they're not fast enough. They don't hit hard enough.
With tannerite, the 22 set off 1 out
Yeah.
of 3 times. You really need center fire for tannerite. So for newbies, tannerite's fun. Newbies, it's save that for later on, or have somebody else shoot at it while they're watching and giggling.
Yeah.
Which happens at Blogrotto fairly often.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point, Michael. The plastic milk jugs. Insurance companies will ruin everything. Yeah, that's true too.
Yeah, tannerite for sushi folks. Tannerite's a binary explosive. It doesn't do jack until you mix it together. Do not mix it together until you're ready to shoot at it. And then you have to shoot at it with a round that's hypersonic at impact to reliably set it off. It's a lot of fun. You get this big bang and a puff of smoke.
Dynamite, on the other hand. That was interesting.
What Farmville is referring to, the shooter is so focused on the view through scope, they don't notice the tannerite went off. Our first year, we had we were at the end of the range session after Katie Beth was done. We had a big thing of tannerite, and the newbies, the new shooters, got to shoot at it, and the lady that hit it never knew she hit it.
Yeah.
Everybody else did because it blew the target frame to smithereens. She didn't know she hit it.
Yeah.
She was trying to find it. It's like, honey, it's gone.
You hit it. You blew it up.
You didn't.
No, I didn't.
You didn't hear the god awful kabang. There's still splinters raining down in a 45-yard radius.
Focus is an amazing.
Yeah.
Yes.
She was focused. Woo.
She was pissed.
Yeah.
She was going to hit that target.
She was focused. Talk about target lock.
Yeah. First it was there and then it was everywhere. Yeah.
185 grain 45 will semi-reliably ignite tannerite.
Not from any distance though.
Semi-reliably.
Yeah.
Pistol calibers are not, I don't recommend. One, you got to be too close. And when tannerite goes off, it's an explosive. It goes off. You want to be a good distance away, so use a rifle. For God's sake, use a rifle so you're out. You're past minimum safe radius.
Yes, and they say minimum safe radius for a reason.
Yeah, we are very careful when I usually do the end of the range session tannerite thing at Blogrotto, and we
Paranoid.
We do the MSR calculation and then we redo it.
Yeah,
because I'll be damned if I'm going to hurt people having fun.
Well, there is the glitter thing, Dawn.
It was appropriate.
Yeah, the Tannerite fill lawnmower. Yeah, that was
Oh.
stupidity.
And did he get hit by the blade? I
Yeah,
forget what it is.
blade came off, hit him, took his leg off.
Goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you play stupid games.
Yeah.
Liz, what I was doing was we needed a rain of glitter. So,
Need is a strong word.
well,
Yeah.
it was after Ray Carter had died, and if you
Oh.
had known
Yeah.
Ray Carter,
No, I understand.
so
Words.
there had to be a rain of glitter. It just had to be. So Jim and I sat up most of the night.
Yeah.
6 of one, half dozen the other. So you can make a shape charge out of tannerite. It's difficult, but it
Yeah.
can be done. So we did.
Yes, it will,
It
Carlton.
was a pain in the ass. We actually shape charge tannerite, and then we use a shape charge to launch a jet of glitter up, and then the glitter just
And it worked.
in the dusk. It was quite spectacular. I'll never do it again, but it was quite spectacular in the dusk. We had streamers coming down, this little hail of glitter, and somewhere Ray was smiling.
Yeah.
Trust me, Ray was smiling.
Yeah, 7mm will definitely explode dynamite.
You can shape charge, but it's difficult. It's a pain in the ass, but you can form a shape charge out of tannerite.
Well, that's true too, Don. But y'all came to us at the last friggin' minute, like usual.
We were sitting there. Rita had made exploding. She makes these targets out of paper mache and balsa, and they're generally apropos for whatever year. And then we will hide a thing of tannerite in the middle of it
Somewhere.
somewhere, and then you shoot this. And for Ray, it was this giant glittery, very drag heart.
Yeah.
And so we were putting a tannerite in the middle of it, and the ladies had been into the booze. And they started having suggestions. And Jim and I are like, okay, we can do that. Okay. Shit, bring me some paper. And we started working the calculations. And we got to cussing.
Yeah.
We got to swearing. Rip it, throw it away, restart calculations. And we managed to get a 2.5 pound thing of tannerite shaped.
Yeah.
And it stayed shaped out to the range, which was
Amazing.
bloody amazing. And then we had 5 pounds
Yeah.
of assorted craft herpes.
Yeah.
And it went off, and then, like I said, 5 pounds of glitter and confetti, metallic confetti, and bits of paper mache heart rained down over the landscape. It was
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, Drang, that would have been interesting to do for Ray's actual funeral, but Seattle would have probably frowned on that.
Did
just-
not know
just
you
a
could
little
shape
bit.
tannerite. We didn't either till it was really good bourbon.
Yeah. You were having bourbon, I was having scotch.
Really good bourbon.
Well,
No, you cannot set off tannerite with a hammer. It has to be transonic impact. Drang, all the glitter might get in the watershed and be bad for salmon. Don made sure we had biodegradable.
Yeah.
We had a finger wagged at us. We had biodegradable glitter.
actually,
Biodegradable craft herpes.
Biodegradable glitter is sometimes made out of fish scales.
Yeah.
It's the base.
So there you go. Salmon
actually,
herpes.
Michael, we consider math for range safety just about every time we shoot.
Oh, yeah.
It's pretty much mandatory for us.
Again, it would be mortifying if somebody were to get hurt on a range I was safetying.
Yeah.
So not only do we calculate plus 10, I'll run a calculation and I'll pass off to Jim and he'll rerun the calculation. For minimum safe distances,
Yeah.
The amount of time we spent beating on steel targets to get the concave out of them
Yeah.
is
I'm a certified NRA RSO and also certified at Quantico. So yeah, math is important on both sides of the equation. Anyway, we've wasted another hour of your time. Apologize for the, once again, audio problems.
it's Frank. Don't beat on Frank.
Yeah.
Frank
Apologize
needs
for
people beating on him.
excluding Cedar from today's conversations.
I was over here working on a logo for someone, so
I know, but you're a third of this on Thursdays.
Yeah,
he just didn't need me today.
something occurred to me, and nobody should do this. Nobody should send a GIMP mask to Fort Meade addressed to Frank. Nobody, don't do this. It will get you on a list.
Yeah.
No, do not send a GIMP mask to Fort Meade addressed to Agent Frank. Okay.
And remember, folks, don't sweat the
Why
petty
is she
stuff. Don't
giggling? That
pet
was
the
giggling
sweaty
at me.
stuff. Oh, God. Y'all have a good weekend.
Y'all be
Yeah,
safe.
be safe. Thanks. Bye. Oh, Jesus.